I've got a bit of a story to tell you, so grab a cuppa and hunker down. So, 20 years ago this month, I was selected along with 3 other guys to go on an epic work trip to the United States. It took us to various places in Texas, New York State, Los Angeles, Chicago, Toronto in Canada. We were away for about 2 weeks and it was massive. It was one of the first big overseas work trips I'd ever done. The 3 guys that I worked with that came on the trip were Greg, Shane and Victor. Remember, these photos are from 20 years ago. I know I haven't changed much, but the others certainly have. And because we never knew whether we'd be back to any of these places ever again in the future, we wanted to make sure we made the most of every moment. So we instigated what we called the 5-hour rule. The 5-hour rule meant that we were allowed to have no more than 5 hours sleep in any one 24-hour period. It's fair to say we took the opportunity to grab naps in cars and planes and wherever we were travelling. Overall, it was a great trip. Now, for some time, Greg, Shane and I have been talking about doing a reunion tour back to the States to coincide with the 20th anniversary of that trip. Now, for a number of reasons which I'll explain later, it turns out that the only person to actually travel so far has been Greg. He arrived in Chicago 2 weeks ago and has been sending us pictures of himself having a drink at places we were 20 years ago to the day. He's currently driving Route 66 from Chicago to LA with his son and a family friend, and then Greg wants to celebrate his birthday at Disneyland in Anaheim in Los Angeles, and also revisit some of the spots that we were at 20 years ago on our trip. So my plan is to intercept them somewhere along Route 66 on their way to LA and surprise Greg. I'll update you later on how I plan to do that, but for now, it's time for a road trip. So, 20 years on, we've planned a bit of a reunion tour. Trouble is, no one's been able to get in touch with Victor for the last 2 years. Shane's missus wouldn't let him come. It's probably a bit unfair. They've just built a house and they want to spend the money on other things. Well, that's what Shane's missus said anyway. My next job is to get to the Los Angeles bus station, which is about 40 minutes away, and then grab a Greyhound bus to my next destination. So here's the thing, I don't want to overplay it too much when I say the Los Angeles bus station. It's a Greyhound depot. I've got 2.5 hours before my bus leaves. It's not exactly what you'd say a luxurious place to wait. There's lots of people sleeping on benches. There's some restrooms, it's a restaurant with some fast food, and lots of people waiting around for their bus. So here's how it's shaking down at the moment. So Greg headed off at the beginning of the month and headed to Chicago first, and that was about 16 days ago. Then Greg's son Gareth joined him, and he's got a cool YouTube channel as well, so check that out. I'll put a link in the description below. They then hired an RV, and they headed off on Route 66 towards LA, and that was about 2 weeks ago. So I've got a pretty good idea of Greg's itinerary and schedule. My plan after this 4.5 hour bus ride is to intercept them somewhere along Route 66. I'll explain how that should work, but first I've got a bus to catch.
Much later.
Bus has been delayed 3 times so far. Now the number's completely fallen off the board. All the buses have been delayed. Absolute shambles. Time spent here, 5 hours so far. It's a 4.5 hour bus ride. I should be getting to my destination maybe about 10 o'clock tonight. Let's travel. And in true American style, there have been some people absolutely going off. Yelling and screaming. Oh, this is one of them. That lady absolutely went ballistic. Her dog chimed in and everything. There were 2 security people trying to calm her down. But it just seems normal. Like most people who were standing around who were just sort of tail rolls. But man, she was feral. Welcome to America. Struck up a conversation with a homeless person. Well, he struck up a conversation with me. It was just a very interesting conversation. It's really interesting that you don't take people for granted. He had some very intelligent things to say and had an interesting story, and people just end up maybe on the wrong side of the ledger sometimes through no fault of their own. You shouldn't judge them, I guess. It was just a really humbling conversation. And looking around here today, there's lots of conversations to be had. Don't want to jinx it, but it looks like it could be on the way. Fingers crossed. 2 hours behind schedule, but finally made it on the bus. Pretty stoked. So this is the luxurious view on a Greyhound bus. Only 4.5 hours of it. But I got half a soft chocolate chip cookie to eat. Sweet. Been a real bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes. World on my shoulder.
Please save all your alcoholic beverages until you get to your final destination. There's no alcohol to be consumed on the bus whatsoever. That also includes the lavatory. Do not go in that lavatory and drop their mother load. We're going to try to keep these foul smells to a very minimum. If you are going to converse on the phone, please keep that between you and the person that you're going to be on the phone with. We do not want to hear your business. We don't mind you taking your shoes off, but if you got any funky shoes or any ashy funky feet, please keep them things secured. Once again, we're going to try to keep these foul smells to a very minimum. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Thank you for going Greyhound.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night.
Same thing to do about halfway to my destination. Most disconcerting Christian award goes to the crash driver and the asked by the passengers. That's not you running, is it?
Down in the dirt. Down in the dirt. Down in the dirt. Down in the dirt.
Welcome to Barstow, California.
Located halfway between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, Barstow is the gateway to the Mojave National Preserve, the Colorado River, Death Valley, and Las Vegas.
You've got a see from out of here in my area, Barstow area. A friend of mine shot 2 people, murdered them.
The family of an unarmed man who was shot and killed in a Walmart parking lot earlier this month is now demanding justice.
KCAL9's Tina Patel reports tonight from Barstow, where the family's attorney is sharing new information about the case.
Cell phone video captures the moment officers opened fire on a car at the Barstow Walmart earlier this month.
I got off the bus. It's about 1.6 k's to the motel. Tried an Uber, no Uber. Tried a taxi, no taxi. So I guess I'm walking. I don't think I'll be short of dinner options though.
To a lot of you, Barstow Station may mean the drive-up window at McDonald's, but let me tell you, it's a whole lot more than that. In food alone, it's king.
I love this place, baby.
Panda Express, Quiznos, Popeye's Chicken, McDonald's, plus the best candy and nut counter in the high desert. You won't believe all the flavors of ice cream and snacks. It's the place to load up before you trip out of town. Now that's just food.
Jeez, I would have to pick the one motel in California that's on a hill. Just wondering where the hell this place is. There's a budget inn, a desert inn. No luck with a Stardust inn yet. This looks like something out of World's Fastest Indian.
Welcome to Hollywood.
It's not my motel, by the way. Lots of restaurants. Could do with a bar. Where the hell is this place? If I don't find it soon, I think I'm going to end up getting mugged. When I was thinking of a small town Route 66 experience, I don't really have this in mind. Home sweet home for the next couple of nights. Checked in. Now I find something to eat. As I was walking up the road, the long road, I saw a Denny's. That might be the stop for tonight, given it's almost 10 o'clock. I haven't been to a Denny's restaurant since the one at Highland Park in Auckland. I would have to say 25 years ago. I bet this one's older than that.
Later that same evening.
Well, I gotta say, I just remembered the meals are really big here. It's 10:30 at night. I just wanted a light dinner. Probably Denny's wasn't the best place to go for a light dinner, but it was bloody good. Plus it's only about 400 or 500 meters from the hotel, and after spending the last 23 hours traveling, I don't feel like doing a great deal. Walked back to the Stardust Inn motel here in Barstow, California, and cockroaches are big here. And have a good sleep, and in the morning I'll update you on the plan. But that's it for today. So just staying here at the Stardust Inn in Barstow, California. I thought I'd give you a quick hotel room tour anyway. So you come in the front door and yep, that's pretty much it. Got a bed, TV, very Jack Reacher, a fridge, bathroom. But by far my favourite feature is the quiet air conditioner here, because I came in here and the room was so hot, so I thought no problem, I'll just have the air conditioner on quietly in the background. So yeah, so I'll just have that quietly on tonight while I'm getting off to sleep. It should be fine. If I want to turn it down a little bit. But this is what it's like living the Jack Reacher lifestyle. Stardust Inn, Barstow, California. Today, Greg and the boys show up in Barstow. How do I know this? So I had to walk up a truck entrance. Boys have arrived. Gotta be very careful. Okay, so there's a reasonable chance that this is the bar the guy's gonna be in. Here we go.